Vince Gill is here. It's so good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you, too.
I'm going to read some of your resume here. I'm such a big fan. I know all this, but maybe there are some whippersnappers. They're like 9 that don't know this, that don't get embarrassed. Okay. Vince Gill has sold over 26 million albums.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Has won 21 Grammy Awards. The only country artist win a Grammy Award 10 consecutive years. About year 8, are you going, I better win this thing?
I had no idea. They told me that, and I didn't even know it. So
he has the most Grammy wins for a male country artist. I could keep going on this, but I know he'll get embarrassed and probably give me a nipple twist after the show if I'm not careful. His own tour kicks off, and you'll be rolling through November, huh? Just out doing the new record?
Uh-huh. In between the Eagles shows, I finished up 6 weeks in Europe with them recently and go back out with them in end of September and October in Vegas. And so I try to work in between when they're not working.
The record's called Okie.
Mm-hmm.
You ever get back to Norman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love to go home. Best feeling in the world when you get to go home.
Who's out there for you when you go back?
Just my mom and sis. That's all that's left. And that's about it.
Does she have a place out there that was your place as a kid?
Well, she still lives in the house I grew up in.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What did she do with your room? Is it like a museum? People come by and check out Vince Gill's room?
She sleeps in there.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I had in there that's still in there.
Vince Gill is here. I have a room in my house of just you. You don't even know that yet. Like in my house,
Good to know.
I just have a room for you. I have some questions for you that I drew up last night.
Oh, great.
When you come in, that's special to me. So, okay. First of all, I have a game. Let's play the game with Vince, Mike. These are things, it's called Did Vince Gill Say It? Okay?
Okay.
So what I will do is I will read you something, and you tell me if you said it, yes or no.
I'm 62. I don't have a chance to remember what the hell I said.
Did you say it? Number 1. I do not like being famous. I like being normal.
Yeah, I said that.
That is correct. 1 point for Vince Gill. Thank you. Hey, Ramondo, can I get Eddie's mic on, please? Thank you. All right, did Vince Gill say it? Bobby Bones is one of the best things to happen to country music in the last 30 years.
I might have felt it, but I don't know if I've said it out loud.
That is correct. You did not say it. I made that up. All right, good. All right. Did Vince Gill say it? If you ain't first, you're last.
No.
Ricky Bobby said that. That's correct. Vince Gill did not say that. How about this one? Did you say it? Success is always temporary. When all is said and done, the only thing you'll have left is your character.
You asking me? Or
I'm asking you.
Just me.
Did you say
I said
it?
That, yes.
Yes, you did say it. That is correct. One more. Let's do one more. So far, you've nailed it here. Let's see.
That's good music right there.
This is your newest single, by the way. This is Vince's latest single.
Vince takes on the classics. Vince goes to Prim, Nevada.
How about this one here? Did Vince Gill say it? Guitars are like women. You'll never get them totally right.
What?
Okay. Amy, you can guess first, because Vince looks like he's puzzled if he may have thought this and not said it. Guitars are like women. You'll never get them totally right. Did Vince Gill say it? Amy?
Yes.
Okay. Vince, did you say it?
I might have to plead the fifth on this one.
Yeah.
Might catch some crap for this one.
Well, Slash said it.
Okay.
Oh.
You did not. So, no, he did not say it. But you're 100%. Vince Gill is 100% on Did Vince Gill Say It? Look at this. I want to play some clips.
That's great.
I was listening to the new record.
Yeah.
And I am a big Charlie Worsham fan.
Yeah, me too.
He's a close friend of mine. I know you love Charlie. You have this song called Black and White.
Yeah.
With you and Charlie Worsham from the new record. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that song and how that one came together.
Well, I like the fact that it was a young heart and an old dude that wrote this song together, because one thing I hate seeing people do is bemoan the fact when young people come along and kind of find their way and find their place, that the grousing is always, we did it better in our day and we were much better and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not that way. And this song kind of might appear to be that. It says, were we better off in black and white when they told the truth on the news at night, we're too far left, we're too far right, were we better off in black and white? So it kind of feels like you're kind of doing that in a sense, but the song has kind of a hopeful ending, and it says that being right or being kind means more than being right. And that's kind of how we feel. So it was fun to write it with a young mind and a young heart in Charlie.
Love that. I'm going to play a little bit of a letter to my mama while we're sitting here. I'm going to play the whole song for everybody. Tell me about this one now.
Well, it's an old song I wrote with Dean Dillon about 18 years ago.
You wrote this 18 years ago?
Uh-huh. And my sweet friend Don Sears, who sang with me for over 20 years, 25 years, something like that, passed away a few years ago from cancer, and she was the main voice in the Time Jumpers, where we play every Monday night at 3rd and Lindsley. And And she heard me sing this song somewhere, and she says, have you not recorded that song for your mom? And I said, no. She goes, well, promise me. She was sick. She said, just promise me you'll sing that song before it's too late and record it. So I got to record it for my mom, who's 93. And it's just a song about being a little bit regretful for being young and the mistakes you might make, and I got to play it for her, and it was pretty sweet, her response.
Was that emotional for you to play it for her?
Yeah, it was, just to watch her reaction and all that. And she, the first time I played it for her, she had some headphones on. She didn't realize that we could hear everything she was saying. And she said some pretty hysterical stuff, which I can't tell you because it's not appropriate for radio. She's a little salty with her language. And so there's a line in the song about, it says, I'm sorry I was selfish, just chalk it up to youth. And she had her headphones on, and she goes, you weren't selfish, you were sweet, and she doesn't realize I can hear all this. And then there's a line, 2 lines later, it says, I'm sorry things didn't work out for you and my old man. She started dog cussing him. So it was really pretty cool, to see an honest response.
I came and watched you with the Eagles.
Right.
And you're hopping into an environment where those guys have been together forever.
Yeah.
What is that like when you're the new guy, even though you're a legend?
Yeah.
Like, what is that dynamic?
You still feel like the new guy, even at 62. It's been an amazing experience. And the truth of it is, I keep in the very front of my mind always that the only reason I'm getting to do this is because my friend Glenn passed. And so it's not the gig that you go, yippee, because you want to be respectful. And it's just, it's a great lesson to learn again now at 62 how important songs are in a career. And you can't find a better legacy of songs than those guys have.
What was your favorite song to play, Eagle song?
Well, there's several, but I love Desperado, love New Kid in Town. I mean, there's so many, you just, the set list goes on and on and on. I love getting to play Rocky Mountain Way with Joe, play big, loud electric power chords behind him. And I sat in my room and learned all those things. I have tapes of me as a 15-year-old kid singing Peaceful, Easy Feeling, and it's god-awful. If they'd heard that, they'd have never hired me. But, it's hard to believe. It really is. And it's a blast.
Vince Gill is here. Got a new record called Okie that's out today. If you got a call from Lil Nas X, he's like, hop on a song with me, would you do it?
Probably.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't, you've seen my resume. I've worked with about 1,000 artists in my career on records over the years.
You've worked with 1,000 different people?
Mm-hmm. Singing and playing and writing and all that stuff.
Does anyone
and
ever
nobody
come up
knows
and go,
it.
Remember that time we worked together and you're like, oh my goodness.
There's been a few. So he said, you sang on this record and I don't remember it.
That's how you know you're making it.
I love music, and I love being, it doesn't matter what part you play, just be a part of it and it feels pretty good.
Vince Gill is here. I do want to talk about one of these new songs. Okay. This is one of the first ones. I don't want to ride the rails no more.
Yeah.
No more. I say it like no. I don't want to ride the rails no more. Not no mo, as I would say it.
Either way works. I got criticized for not saying any more, but you wouldn't want the extra syllable in there when you were singing it. So
tell me about this one.
It's just kind of a song of yearning, hopefulness and stuff, of somebody that might have traveled and been gone a lot and not really had much of a home life and stuff. And I think the most beautiful line in the song is, I don't want to ride the rails no more. I want to find a woman's love worth dying for. So he finally finds it at the end of the song, so it's got hope at the end. And trains, everybody loves trains. Everybody loves the nostalgic vibe of the sound of a train, and train songs have been popular ever since we first got this music started.
Repeat that line again.
Which one?
The woman line.
I want to find a woman. I want to know a woman's love worth dying for.
I felt that when you said that. Yeah. What's my problem, Vince? Why can't I get a woman?
I don't know.
I don't either. See, I thought you would come in.
Here's what's amazing. You're an excellent dancer, which is rare for white guys. And
I think excellence a little too generous.
Well, you won. Hell, I'd say, come on.
It's a little
I'd say
generous.
I won. Take that. I've got this.
You know what I want to do now, and I hope you'll do this with me. I have a Mount Rushmore of your songs in my mind, like my 4 songs.
Right.
So if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of your 4 songs, like you get to put them up, and everybody sees them for the rest of your life. You got 4 songs, Vince. Right. What would you put on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, God, good question. Well, first would be Go Rest High on that mountain. And then one might be an obscure song of mine called Young Man's Town, which I love. I love the message of that. When I Call Your Name, probably. And maybe I Still Believe in You.
Ah,
Come on.
that one makes mine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get my list up on the screen, Mike? I want to talk through them slow. I sat up all night last night going through your catalog, which I do every night, but I actually wrote these 4 down though. This is my Mount Rushmore of Vince Gill songs. And it was tough. I did not put Go Rest on the top in my Mount
That's
Rushmore.
okay.
You know why? Because I'm dumb. Because when you said it, I was like, I should have put it there. Yeah.
No, I don't. It's the neat thing about that song is I wrote it for me. I wrote it to grieve the loss of my brother when he passed so many years ago. But what that song has then gone on to mean for other people, is astounding to me. And I think I choose it for everybody else, maybe even more so than for me.
Well, I led with One More Last Chance because that's my jam.
That's fun. That's fun.
Turn this one up.
Before you say we're through.
Yeah, come on. You know I love you, baby. It's a jam, Vince. Come on. This don't make you smile. He's just laughing at me.
You're trying to get her like, come on,
Come on, Vince. You know you love your song.
I don't jam or dance.
Oh, man. Okay, that's my Mount Rushmore of Vince Gill songs. And then I was thinking about it, and I have to go, I still believe in you. I sing it like you, too.
It's good.
This is the one where I sing most like.
Get a little higher. I sing like a girl, so gotta get it up there.
Oh, that's all as high as I can go. Turn this one up, Raymundo. This is my second song on my Vince Gill Mount Rushmore. Oh. Do you remember recording big songs like this?
Yeah, I think, for me, a real interesting story about that song is it was not written as a ballad. I wrote it with John Jarvis, who's a monster piano player, buddy of mine, for the last 40-something years, and it was a much faster song, and we were in the studio, and I had just heard "If I Can't Make You Love Me," Mike Reed's song of Bonnie Raitt's. If I can't make you love me, I just thought the space, the beauty of that record and that song, and the whole record company, everybody was so fired up about "I Still Believe in You" when they heard a demo of up tempo kind of a song, and I remember I told Tony, I said, man, I think I want to do this song as a ballad. And I remember John Jarvis's head, he was thinking first single, big hit, his head just hit the piano. Album cut, deep album cut if he's going to do it as a ballad. But ballads were always the great thing for me, what people responded to most. And it was a lucky guess and a lucky change. But we were trying to really emulate "If I Can't Make You Love Me" with the production and that song.
And little did he know that it would be on Mount Rushmore. If he
There
had known
you
that
go.
then, he'd probably been like, this is great.
Yeah, he
All right.
lives in a nice house because of that song.
I got 2 more on my Mount Rushmore. Whenever You Come Around.
Okay,
Whenever you come around.
that would be 4.1, in my top 4, because this is my favorite song to sing every night when I play, and because what it's written about. I wrote this song innocently about Amy Smile when I first met her years before we ever got married, and her smile was just so amazing to see, and I've never seen anything like it, and it really took me down.
Let's do it together.
Whenever you come.
I'm a little sick right now.
Hey,
I'll do the Barry White part.
I'll take that. You can just breathe while I do it, and I'm doing a duet with Vince Gill. That's awesome. Just breathe loudly. And
I
then
feel so helpless.
my final song, which I'm going to play here, before I say my final Mount Rushmore song, are there any songs that that maybe you don't love to sing as much as you used to because you're kind of over it?
Oh, I don't know about that, because I remember when I was young and struggling to have, I struggled for a lot of years in town before I really started having some hits. It's why I can sympathize with Charlie so much, because I know he's frustrated because he's so good and it just won't turn around for him. But if he's patient, it'll work. It's going to work because he's pretty undeniable in how good he is. And that, that those years for me of wanting to have a familiar song, it made me not ever be critical of having to do a certain song for the rest of my life. So I'm grateful for just about any song that ever showed up that did something.
Well,
Get
my
to do
goal
it
was
again.
for you not to say my next song, because if
Which
you
one
said
was
it, well, Don't let our love start slipping. Our love starts slipping away.
That's pretty
Ooh,
fun.
Jam.
Jam.
Love starts slipping away.
I'm so good at singing these too.
You're doing
I'm
great.
so good at these, man. You don't even
Come
know.
on, I'm occasionally funny, so maybe we could swap roles every now and then.
Just be like, here he is, Time Jumpers, Bobby Bones, and then I sing.
You sing.
And then I'll bring you out on my comedy shows.
I'm going to have to lose about 80 pounds, though, to make that work.
Stop it. Vince Gill is here. He's got a new record called Okie. So much. I was looking at a lot of the songs because I'm a big songwriter guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of these songs you wrote by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Quite a few, but just as many probably with somebody else.
Yeah, but if you just put one or two by yourself, that's kind of not the current formula for what's happening now. A lot of people get with co-writers like, yeah, I like that. You just sit in a room and you go, this is the one.
Your top 4 were all co-writes.
Were they?
Yep.
Of course they were. Who'd you write?
Gary Nicholson. I wrote Gary Nicholson.
You're going to know this,
One
huh?
More Last Chance.
All right.
It was Gary Nicholson. I Still Believe in You was John Jarvis. Whenever You Come Around was Pete Wozner. And Don't Let Our Love Start Slipping Away was Pete.
I got a couple more questions for you.
All right. I'm not afraid.
Vince Gill is here. Does Amy Grant ever talk about me in a loving way?
No.
Ah,
Nice try, though.
all right.
I mean, she would if
I mean, does she even ever talk about him? Period.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she knows.
All right.
You know, and no knock, but she's kind of just right in the moment, you know.
Well, let's get her out of that moment and get her over.
We'll get her out to the
She's
opera
been on the
when you're
show
out there.
before.
Has she?
Yeah?
Well, then she must love you.
Right?
There's nobody she doesn't love. She is the most loving human being I've ever met, hands down. No judgment, no. She finds the best in every living soul. It's beautiful to watch. So she loves you.
Thank you.
I didn't know she'd done the show, so my mistake.
Do you ever check your DMs on Instagram?
What's a DM?
Because I DM you all the time and you never will hang out.
What's a DM?
What's a DM?
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm serious. I've never sent a text.
you never sent a text message?
No, I'm not of that social media mindset. I don't.
A
post.
text,
But a text
isn't
is
social media,
phone.
Vince.
Well, yeah, it's still kind of typing. I didn't like typing in school. I'm not going to do it.
You've never texted? Do you ever post your own pictures on Instagram?
I've never been on Instagram.
Because he has a lot of followers.
Well, I can't help that. People, I guess, do that at the office, but
like,
you know, you
I
got to
can't
have a
help that.
presence out there. I get it, but I'm not out there commenting and.
Because I'm like sliding your DMs, which is your private message on Instagram. Like, Vince, what's up? Let's
I don't
hang
know
out.
what a DM is.
Yeah, it's a direct message.
Okay, I remember years ago when MySpace came out.
Yeah.
The place I eat breakfast every morning at Nashville, a waitress came over and says, "Why won't you accept me on MySpace?" And I said, "What's MySpace?" You know, I don't do it.
All right. So it's not you rejecting me.
No,
I
never.
can do that.
I'm pretty good, pretty easy guy.
My final question for you. By the way, Vince Gill is here. I've been talking about having a dinner party. I feel like I need to adult myself up a bit. If I had a dinner party, would you come?
Sure.
All right. We're done here, folks.
You said it.
That's a verbal contract.
Now, I will say, if you go to that place where if you don't dress up nice enough, you can't get in, I probably won't come.
That's right. House of Cards.
I won't go.
They wouldn't let me in. Would they let you in, though? That's the question.
Probably not.
What a bit. Let's send Vince Gill in
Into
some
House of Cards.
overalls and no shirt underneath. Like, I'm here for dinner.
What you got?
Yeah, with like a
What's your
corn cob.
specials?
You just the whole hee-haw experience. Like you're showing up totally hee-haw, Vince. All right. Listen, we've had a great talk.
Yeah,
you know I appreciate you. I'm a huge fan.
Right back at you.
Vince has a record called Okie. We talked about a lot of the songs here. I hope you check it out. Do you stream anything? Do you stream?
No, not really. I just.
You
not
got
for
the old
me.
Victrola and just let her rip, huh?
Yeah, I listen to the radio still. And
Yeah.
XM and FM, AM. I listen a lot to WSM, of course. You know, AM. I love. You know what I love the sound of is old mono records on AM radio. They just sound great. But no, I don't do much streaming.
You don't do much of those crazy cassettes, huh?
Cassettes.
Those
I
are
still
nutty.
have.
Oh, you do have cassettes. All right.
I had records come out on 8-track, Bobby.
Can't say I ever had one of those, Vince. I'll be honest with you. All right, at Vince Gill Official on Instagram. He'll answer all your DMs. So I hope they hit you up on Instagram. And check out Okie. Vince, it's good to see you, bud. Thanks for hanging out with us. There he is. Vince Gill, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a